do you find that it's difficult for you to concentrate? Do you struggle with motivation in your workplace? Are you a state when you feeling depressed quite recently, but for a quite significant amount of time during the day as well, especially before you go to work? Can you find yourself being mentally and physically stressed? Can you feel that stress in your muscular buildup? Do you find yourself to unable uh, to have any enthusiasm about your work environment or work tasks? Have you simply lost feeling in what you do? So feeling powerless or overwhelmed, even hopeless at time with regards to your workplace is completely normal. It's completely normal, right? It's called job burnout or just burnout. Yeah, very uncomfortable state. It normally comes after a long period of stress. So have a look at your stresses around you. You know, try to maybe categorize them. It always helps. So maybe you are a victim of a work environment where the requirements are not very clear. Like it's not clear how to succeed, how to complete the project, how to work. The job description isn't really clear, right? Maybe the expectations are overwhelming. Maybe it's impossible. Maybe requirements in your work are impossible to do. It feels like mission impossible. Yeah. So your responsibilities exceed the amount of time that you can actually allocate for the work. Try to contemplate on consequences of failure. So people make mistake if they this is a human thing. But if in your workplace there is that unethical, almost fear-driven vibe that there are going to be really strict consequences if you make occasional mistakes, like even lawsuits, then that's another stressor. Have a think if you feel that you have personal control over your workload. Can you excrete any creativity, decide what needs to be done within your realm of responsibilities? Um, uh, do you have your ways in handling problems that arise, or do you feel restricted? Yeah. Maybe you are a victim of environment which doesn't recognize anyone. There's no awards, public praises, bonuses, tokens, appreciations, any type of recognition of your accomplishment. Yeah, people normally work really hard and with pleasure if they are being recognized. Everyone needs that, but maybe this is one of those things in your workplace that there is a lack of recognition. Maybe there's also poor communication. Maybe it's unclear to you what is it expected in your job. Maybe there is also little space, probability. Maybe there is inability to properly discuss issues when you need help or advice. Yeah, maybe you feel alone. Maybe you feel isolated because of that. Now, there are times when we sort of have to work after hours. There are times in every company, in every workplace, but it shouldn't take too much time. So if you feel you must work longer hours and handle more intense workload for a prolonged period of time, and your extra effort is not recognized appropriately, let's say with money even, there's no appropriate recognition, then maybe that is another reason why you're experiencing work burnout. Maybe the compensation is insufficient, right? Maybe you're finding yourself that that actually you're not being paid well for the effort, expertise, and time and intentions invested in the company. Maybe the part, maybe the leadership is not as brilliant as you thought. Maybe they are unable to recognize your achievements, but also support you, value you, give you fair treatment, and allow you to have some locus of control over your activities. Maybe they don't allow you to feel that you are that you are secure in this job. Maybe you feel insecure in this job. So 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 if you find in yourself that some of those statements, some of those situations might be true to you, why don't you take a break in order to recover, not only recognize, but also recover from those stresses, right? Eat better, go for a walk, oxygenation, breathing exercises. I don't know. Humor is such an important thing, you know. Laughter reduces levels of hormones like cortisol, right? Adrenaline, dopamine, you know, growth hormone. It's amazing what simple laughter can do. You know, what some of your favorite movies, comedy movies, if you can't find anything happy to think of, be positive, reframe everything around you in a positive way, yeah. um, that will be supported by maybe meditation, by surrounding yourself with positive minded people as well. uh, and if they're not existing in your environment, why not read some books about positive thinking, right? um, uh, Try to go back to your work and see it as your place, like personalize it, put a flower on your desk, I don't know, pictures, your favorite smell, you know. Those little things, they really make a difference. um, think about your strengths, basically play to your strengths, right? To enjoy your job, you need to be challenged, obviously within the limits of your abilities. So not too much, not too little. Sit down with yourself and see how can you excel naturally. Discuss it if it's possible with your work colleagues, with your boss, with your manager. What work task do you enjoy doing the most? Communicate it clearly to your management. Are there certain things that you wish you could do more or less at work? You know, look beyond the job description and look also at rewarding experiences if you in your life. Yeah, if it just can't seem to find anything that you like about this work or feel differently about this work, right? Sign up for a volunteering experience. It doesn't have to be even on a regular basis. Something that will give you the buzz, like something that you can even do with your friends, right? Even if it's traveling, you know, weekend excursions, getting out of the city, that could be very, very helpful as well. And it is actually a form of self-reward. Remember that when things get difficult, why you are in this place, why are you doing this job in the first place? Yeah, keep your eyes on the prize. Remind yourself, why is it that you are finding yourself doing what you're doing? Yeah, maybe you're supporting your family, maybe you have a goals, maybe you have ambitions, maybe it's the end meet, whatever it is, to remind yourself. Focus on the positive, yeah. Find meaning in that work, yeah. Appreciate opportunities rather than thinking that they are burdens. Think about it as self-growth program where you can build on your character, when you can grow in resilience. Yeah, what are you learning from this job outside the task? Maybe in the social skills, on the social skills level. um, And if you really want to treat it as a self-development or some investment experience, avoid workplace gossips. Yeah, focus on helping colleagues rather than competing with them as well. Try to redirect, change subject when somebody is really negative in your company. Think solving problems rather than complaining. Yeah, build try to build those positive relationship with your works and clients. And how to do it, it's impossible to feel positive every day, but have that attitude, to have that mindset that no matter what, you're always going to see it as a challenge rather than a burden, whatever is coming your way. Now, think about ways that your job is benefiting not only you, but also your community, in that search of meaning, in that X factors to your life. Try to think about um, uh, not only helping your future, your family, but also how is it that you're leaving legacy behind, right? And I think the last message is, remember that what you're doing in your work, and if it's not fulfilling your dreams, if it's not extension of your highest potential, remember that this is what you're doing. This is your job. You don't need to identify yourself with the job which doesn't serve the purpose. This job experience doesn't take away nothing from who you really are. If it's not extension of your potential, make it extension of your potential, right? But even if you don't succeed, it is not you. You are more than what you're doing. You are human being. You are not human doing. I hope that was helpful. Please remember, join my YouTube channel, agsTherapy.com, and I'm looking forward to see you in other videos.